sunny ways, my friends, sunny ways.
You sneaky, you're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic, away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles. So that
Well, Lottie frickin' dog!
You're ready to fight, aren't you? I can feel
I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no integrity.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
My great pleasure to introduce my husband, Prime Minister, who will make Canada strong. And Canada full!
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Thank you. It will be an honor to continue to fight for you and to be a champion of your cause as we go forward.
Let's fucking go. Knockout!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Independence Day, Friday Night Fringe here on the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope you had a wonderful Independence Day if you're in America. Of course, they're making America great again in Alberta, celebrating one form of Independence Day as well. We're going to get into that in the stream. I hope you're having a lovely day. You'd be having a worse day if you lived in Uganda. Go celebrate, get a lollipop, whatever it is you do. I don't know how you do it, but welcoming in on the stream as always, the beautiful Mrs. Fringe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling a little American today. I'm not going to lie. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a great day. Welcome. Happy Independence Day. Happy Alberta Independence Day. We got a lot to talk about on tonight's stream. A lot happening. A lot of controversy going around. Don't know if you guys checked in on the channel this morning. Facebook sucks. I don't know if you guys seen that. Just a reminder, if you haven't yet, if you have an account on that dying platform, make sure to get over there, back up your photos, your videos, everything you can. I didn't know that it was in your settings that you could just go in and save everything as a download. But apparently a lot of people let me know in the comments.
That is very cool.
Probably should have done that a long time ago. Yeah, really sucks. But we're going to get into some stuff tonight. We're going to talk about what's happening around the world. My apologies to anybody who watched our content on the Facebook portion of Unacceptable Fringe, but it's no longer there. Let's get a roll call going. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on tonight's stream. If we get 1,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing a draw for one member of the Patriots Club tonight, okay? You're going to love it. We're going to have one of our amazing items from our store free of charge to one lucky Patriots Club viewer. We're going to give something away if you guys hit that thumbs up 1,000 times. Get it going. Let's get it moving, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. And if it's your first time in, let's see if we can get somebody from every province in the country and how many states we can fill today on the show as well. Of course, we'll start with Mr. Chuckles. That used to be my nickname in high school. At least that's what the ladies called me. Coming in from Seattle, welcome in. Great to have you in here. Welcome. Happy Independence Day. Peggy coming in from Saskatchewan. We got Gina joining us from Saskatchewan. Sydney coming in as well. Sonia
Derek from Sydney.
Yes, Derek is joining us from Sydney. Sonia coming in from Medicine Hat. We've got Lloyd joining us from Smooth Rock Falls in Ontario. Becca is joining us from Lloyd, Alberta. Welcome in. We've got Lorne coming in from Clearwater, British Columbia. We love British Columbia. Beautiful province. They got lots of trees over there. I don't know if you've heard. Lots of green things over in British Columbia. Carol and Gerald is joining us from Calgary, Alberta. We got Moist Noodler coming in from Edmonton, Alberta. Mystical's joining us from Krypton, watching the fireworks. What could go wrong? Stay away from yellow suns.
Yeah.
That's all I could tell you. I got David Brewer coming in from Springfield, Missouri, USA, hanging out with Mark Carney, you know, Mr. Burns. Good old Charles Montgomery Burns hanging out in Springfield, Missouri. Welcome into the stream. It's great to have you here. Lauren, I just liked you to 100 likes, Derek. Thank you so much. Welcome into the stream. We got Lee coming out on my one wheel in North Edmonton. Welcome in. I don't know what that is. Is that those things you stand up on and putter around on that look like a unicycle? I think so. Welcome into the stream. It's great to have you guys here. We got Harry joining us from East Village. Welcome in. Great to have you back. We got OAO, Borat time, Green Mankini. I don't know what your homosexual fantasy with the Mankini is. I'm not
You
gay.
first.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, you first. It's not happening. I don't know why it keeps getting brought up. It's not happening. It's never happened.
I think OAO is the one that keeps bringing it up.
He has some weird fantasy that listen, man.
I did see a shirt with it printed on. I might just get you one.
Maybe. I don't know. Ingrid coming in. Ingrid and Charlie from Okotoks, my favorite mod named Ingrid. Welcome in. Again, shout out to our mods. They do a fantastic job, guys.
Do.
Be friendly to the mods tonight, will you? Don't make them work too hard. Welcome in. Great to have you here. We got Flatlands coming in. Do you have room for rent? I'm moving to Alberta. Welcome in.
Yes.
I've had 10 Facebook accounts and been deleted for speaking the truth. There you go.
Can't even open a new one. It's ridiculous.
The AI filters. It filters out your face and it tells people, even Mrs. Fringe, hey, you're married to that scumbag we banned from the platform. He can't get another account.
No.
So poo-poo on you. It's not happening. Yeah, Facebook sucks.
Yeah.
Carson El Gringo Grande does not suck, and he's joining us from Porno Viagra tonight. Welcome in. It's great to have you. CB's coming in telling us about his Cool Whip. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Who else we got here? Thomas is joining us from Wisconsin. State of Cheese. Welcome in. Great to have you. Green Bay all the way. Nick saying the fondue is engaged. Nick, do you fondue? I don't know. John's joining us. Let's keep going. Wisconsin, USA here as well. Welcome into our Wisconsin viewers. Happy 4th of July. Jedi Monkey coming in from Alberta. Welcome in. Charlotte coming in from Charlottetown, PEI. We've got Boomer Elbow Dude, Mr. Burns. Ooh, Charles Montgomery Burns is joining us from Kelowna, British Columbia. Excellent. Mr. Sniffy coming in from Georgia. It's great to have you guys here. We've got Barbie Hill coming in from High Level, Alberta. Love that town, actually. I've been there a few times. North Alberta, gorgeous place.
Yes.
A lot of oil work going on there. Cole coming in from, I'm assuming that's North Carolina. We got Lori joining us. My favorite person named Lori in Spruce Grove. Great to have you in here. Welcome in. Luca's joining us from Burnaby, BC. Hope you had a great birthday last week. Lima's coming in from Edson, Alberta.
I did see one of our viewers saying that they had a birthday today.
Whoever it was, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It was
Sometimes,
way up at the top.
Sometimes the Donald gets a little busy, okay? Sometimes I miss the shout outs, okay? Chris Lucas is coming in from Edmonton. We love Edmonton. We also like Sherwood Park, Alberta. I don't know if you know that, but Quick Brown Fox coming in from Sherwood Park, Alberta. I got to get caught up.
Yeah.
Mrs. Fringe is hitting me already, telling me it's time to move on.
It's like you didn't catch my first cue.
I'm going to get sniped out of existence here. Just, guys, let's get on with the stream, okay? Happy Independence Day. I can't say that enough. What a great day it's been. Alberta making a huge step forward. And I have to give a shout out to the 5 people in today's video that shouted me out, I don't like your clickbait titles saying that Alberta's moving forward. Let me pull the title.
Hey.
Let me pull the title just to make sure. Shout out to those trolls who just don't understand how Facebook works, because I thought it was funny that people didn't get what I meant by my title. I just want to double check the title to be 100% sure. But today's video talking about what happened, I said, it's official. Alberta votes for independence. So if you missed in the news today, Alberta passed Bill 54, which lowers the threshold, giving Albertans the ability to garner their signatures to vote for a referendum on independence.
And with that being done, you said the PPC, or no, who was it?
APP has filed their motion. We're going to get into that tonight.
Sorry.
But I just always find it funny that there's like 5 people that are, I'm leaving your channel forever for the 10th time because you put this clickbait title. Never quit, guys. You guys are awesome. Let's get into the memes, shall we? Isn't that what you guys come here for? At least you don't hear me blabbering all night. You don't want to hear Donald talking all night. Let's go. Let's get into the memes, shall we? Maybe some special 4th of July memes. I don't know. The whole controversy going on with bathrooms. People don't know who identifies as what these days, who's coming in from where. Here's the easiest way to tell. You've got the blah, and then you've got the blah, 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 bathrooms. This should make it easy for people to know which bathroom is which. Speaking of people chatting, we got to give some shout outs, some honorable mentions. Harry Ludwig gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to all 5 of our new Patriots Club members. You guys are wonderful. Keep in mind, guys, if we get 1,000 likes on the stream and we get this stream loaded with people tonight, we're going to do a giveaway. 1 free item from our shop. These 5 members now included in that draw if we hit that milestone. Deborah with a $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. We've got Stephen Knizik. That almost sounds like a sneeze. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
Bless you.
All right. You alien alpha holes, in the words of my generation, up yours, Russell Cassie, Independence Day.
There you go.
Oh, that's a line from Independence Day. I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong.
I got it.
The Donald's a little medicated.
I got it.
I got it now. I got it now. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Barbie Hill with a $70 super chat. Thank you so much. Put a message in there next time. Thank you, Barbie. Really appreciate it. Coming from the Mojo Dojo Casa House. Lauren, $5 super sticker as well. Thank you very much, guys. You're so generous tonight. Really appreciate that. So the blah, blah, blahs. We've got the blah, blah, blah bathrooms. Shout out to Mark Nixon. I don't know if you guys watch Mark Nixon on YouTube. Another guy from British Columbia. He's like Moose on the Loose, but funnier. Sorry, David. He's a nice guy. I like you too. You're a nice guy. Mark Nixon posting this funny meme that owns Mark Carney. Worst alliance ever. Canada revokes digital services tax on the U.S. EU revokes carbon tax on metal exports. Mark Carney is missing. Worst alliance ever. Shout out to Mark Nixon. If you guys aren't following him yet, he does great work. Go and follow his YouTube, guys. I know why there's big YouTubers that email me and they're like, stop recommending channels to your viewers. We're all competing. And I keep saying, oh, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Go give them some love. Go watch their channels.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Mark is the shit. Go and watch Mark. He knows what he's doing. He's got a handle on things. Go check Mark out. Shout out to Mark Nixon. While Mark Carney is dismantling the country and asking for a day off, even though he only worked 17 days as prime minister, the protests haven't stopped in Canada. In fact, these protests you'll be seeing a lot over the summer. I accidentally clipped that out. Let's make it bigger so you guys can see. Apparently, in the EU, they figured out how to qualm the protesters. We're going to do an old play-by-play. They need to start doing this in Canada, I think, to get the message across, so that we're not, being mean about it. But this way, we can get the message across that we've had enough. So you've got your protesters saying "death to all your countries," and then here it comes with the water, bringing it in. Look how shocked they are. Oh, they got their annual bath. Here we go. Check it out. Oh, soaking wet. And one more time for good nature, folks. Just chanting, burn it all down, death to all these countries. And here it comes with the water straight on the face, like a 12-year-old's dream all over.
Is this real or is this
soaking
AI?
wet? This is definitely real. It was pulled. This is what we need to start doing. We don't have to be nasty. We don't have to keep saying
carrying around a bucket of water.
We don't have to say, hey, get out of here, go back to your own countries and look like a bunch of racists. But this is definitely the way to get it done, folks. I think this is the funniest way to get it done. Somebody said fill it with piss. I mean,
you don't want to take it too far.
At least this way, it's a good old Canadian welcome.
Yeah.
Right? I think we can get away with this. J-Bye saying bullseye. There you go. Phoebe Long, need some alligators like in Florida?
Yes.
Get some alligators in there. Somebody says toilet bowl water. There you go,
Yeah.
Luca. Got it. Water cannons for all. I mean, it's summertime, right? You don't want people sweating to death out there chanting death to Canada. You know, while they're burning our flags, they're going to be hot, especially in the July heat. Cool them off, will you? Get a bucket of water.
We're just helping out.
We're just trying to do our part, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to make sure all the Hamas holes are nice and cool out on the streets chanting death to Canada. I think it's time for some better memes.
Yes.
Some better memes
Definitely.
to make you guys laugh. If you guys really want some funny memes, being Independence Day, what would memes be better without a 4th of July? 4th of July fails. A little bit of advice for people.
Be careful out there.
Be careful out there if you're celebrating. Let's take a look at these 4th of July fails. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you all right?
I mean, be a little safe out there, guys, if you're lighting fireworks.
Insane.
On the 4th of July. Make sure you enjoy it. I got to say, I'm a little jealous of Americans because you guys know how to party.
Yes.
On the 4th of July. I know Alberta Day, Canada Day, whatever you want to call it. Some Canadians go out and they party. They drink a lot of beer. They get
nothing like how Americans
But
do.
Americans do it right. The fireworks. I mean, there's parts of Canada that you get arrested if you light off fireworks.
Oh, 100%.
You need
not that stops
not
anybody.
that it stops anybody, but
you just sneak around
you
it.
can't do it without a permit, you see.
For safety reasons.
Americans-
And that video clearly shows why.
Americans just go outside and they're like, the hell with it. It's noon. I'm lighting fireworks and they have a blast. Those M80s go off. I guarantee you the hospitals are busy in America on the 4th of July.
That.
A lot of fireworks blowing off in people's hands. It's So did you see that fireworks warehouse go up in flames? No, I didn't hear about anything of that happening.
Well, yeah, DMAC is saying Canada Day is boring now. It's hard because you don't even know if you're allowed to celebrate it or not. It's just keeps getting shut down.
Canada Day is all about white shame now, and
yeah.
You saw what was happening in Ottawa. In fact, let me pull up a little bit more of what was happening in Ottawa, because not only do they shame you, but the real Mr. Bench on Twitter posting this out. This was part of the Canada Day festivities, apparently.
Wow.
How can the Liberal government of Canada say they support Canada when this is the kind of people they willingly encourage to come across our borders? On Canada Day, this was Parliament Hill. Take a look at this. I'm not going to play the audio because nobody wants to listen to Hamas holes. This was on Parliament Hill.
Oh, my word.
And we keep allowing this. Like, what I don't understand, where's the big water bombers and the buckets of water for these guys, huh?
Hose. You need a big fire hose.
A big hose? I mean...
Oh, this is insane. That's not Canada Day.
This is how we celebrate the birth of a nation, right?
Not very Canadian.
Sorry, the birth of invasion.
Yeah.
Not the birth of a nation.
Wow.
Why is it that other people's wars, other people's scraps get brought to our country? Why are they our problem? Why do we have to deal with those?
Because nobody else will take them, and we freely are.
Like, we can't even have June because, you know, the gays have to have it. And not, I like the gays, but we're talking about, like, the weird guys that are...
you know, grooming your children.
The ones that want to read books to your kids and parade around. In fact, we seen a guy in Spruce Grove last weekend.
My kids were shocked. They couldn't believe what we were watching.
I'm willing to bet he lost a bet. I think this was a guy who lost a bet because he didn't look impressed. He was wearing a full-on woman's dress, bald guy, mustache,
sun hat,
and a sun hat, sunglasses,
very pretty,
and a purse.
And he was like in his 70s, I'd say. He was older.
Walking across the main drive in Spruce Grove.
Jaywalking.
I think it was that he lost a bet because nobody would go out like this in public. Like, it was absolutely, that was me.
Totally. I thought he looked familiar.
Like, it was the first time. Like, did we get a pic? Mrs. Fringe got a pic.
I did.
Mrs. Fringe, do you have your phone? You don't have your phone? That's too bad. I was going to say
I got a pic from the back. Because I couldn't believe it, and I tried to get one from the front, but...
We were going to pick up our rental car before dropping our wrecked car over at the body shop. And the kids were hungry. We were organizing things with insurance all morning. So they wanted to get out and get something to eat. And we're just, like, we were supposed to get groceries that day.
Yeah, like, we were just in a zone of, we've got to do this, and this, and this.
All of a sudden, while they're throwing their tempers that they're starving and that they're so fed up with everything that's happened, all of a sudden it's, what the hell is that? And the kids were, like, generally scared. Like,
it was silent. It was like, what are we viewing here right now?
Oh, absolutely weird.
Yeah.
Kevin, $5 super chat. Super Soakers are about to make a huge comeback.
I love that.
Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kevin with another $5 super chat. Next, we'll be protesting in front of McDonald's, complaining that we hate the Whopper as if it had anything to do with them. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Thank you for the super chat. Chris from Wisconsin, happy Independence Day. Welcome in. Somebody said, can you show the Death to Canada? Flag burning. I'll put in here in Twitter. Let's see if I can find it. I did have it. Oh, there it is, right there, right in the open. So I know there's people probably saying, "Oh, you're so full of crap, Unacceptable Fringe. You tell all these lies."
Oh.
Here's the Hamas holes.
I'm being beckoned.
You're being beckoned once a week. It never fails, guys. Like clockwork. My kids.
Doesn't matter how many times we say it.
It doesn't matter how many times we say, kids, we're going downstairs into the studio for an hour and a half. Please don't kill each other. And it always ends in somebody screaming. Very quick in. Let's
seriously, it's stuck on
your microphone's stuck?
I don't have the magnet on.
You don't have the magnet
live. Thank you.
There. It's literally caught. What did you do to this? There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the Hamas holes. Iron Maiden, don't be crass. Come on. Really? Do we gotta be 5-year-olds? Is that what we're doing here? Like, I love the trolls, but come on. Come on, guys. Let's take a look at what happened here with the flag so that people can stop saying I'm lying about this. Here we go.
Israel, burn, burn! Palestinians will return! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel!
Now, this doesn't have the full clip, but they do shout death to Canada, death to America. They scream about Palestine. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. This is what happens in our country. And we allow it to happen here. This was in British Columbia, by the way. I believe it was in Vancouver. Derek says not one Palestinian there. Well, and that's true. They were saying that a lot of these were paid opposition bad actors from special interest groups, lobbyists like the Tides Foundation, things like that. Apparently some of them were American from what I was told. Like there was one woman, the woman who was on the microphone screaming was apparently pointed out as an American activist who runs in these groups. I remember there was this whole thing about it. We reported it on the channel. Terry saying just change the flag and that could be a liberal U.S. city. Yeah, the Summer of Love, right? You guys remember that? I don't understand why why we welcome it in the country, why we allow it, why we continue to allow it, and we don't just send them packing. But that is the good old Palestinians, the Hamas holes, and their special interest groups. Let's do. Let's talk about some good news.
Is there good news in politics?
There's good news. Little happy news. Again, Bill 54 passed today. Danielle Smith. Is there anything she can't do? I'll tell you one thing she can't do. She can't get her hands on a cowbell.
Guess what? Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
How? More cowbell. Danielle Smith really rocking it out. She's over at the Stampede in Calgary this year talking about America, of all things. This afternoon, I was pleased to join our American friends at the U.S. Consulate to celebrate Independence Day. Wishing our neighbors a joyful 4th of July as they honor their values of freedom, opportunity, and resilience. Alberta is proud to share a strong friendship with the United States.
Not Canada, Alberta.
I didn't see any other premier. Now, they probably did. I'm sure somebody will jump into the comments. Fringe, shut up. Doug Ford. Doug Ford praised Justin Trudeau and then thanked America. But Danielle Smith really is, exactly what Nina Falima is here saying for president of Alberta. She does a fantastic job.
She's amazing.
People are going to nitpick all they want.
She is what Alberta has needed for a long time.
But she passed Bill 54, officially law today. Now, if you don't know Bill 54, I'll explain it a little further if you missed today's video. Bill 54 essentially lowered the threshold on referendums for a certain amount of signatures that are required. It lowered it down to, I believe it's like 10% of the voters that are the people that voted in the last race, the last election, meaning that officially today, Alberta Prosperity Project, Jeff Rath posting out, breaking in Edmonton, Alberta, Mitch Silvestri, Dennis Modry, and Jeff Rath just filed the constitutional independence referendum petition question at Elections Alberta. As the Silvestri question is constitutional, absent a perverse ruling by the Chief Electoral Officer, it will supersede the Lacazette question brought under the old statute to preserve the status quo. Meaning all they have to get themselves is 177,000 signatures, and we get our vote on independence in Alberta. So when people said today, I didn't understand your clickbait titles, Fringe. Yeah, we got our independence. We're voting. It's done. We've already got the required amount of people ready to commit their signatures. It's happening. It's done. We're voting. Honorable mentions. Jay Peterson, $2 super chat. Thank you. He's been around for a couple of years. Mana with a $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. Fuzzy Balls, $5 super chat. As an American, I'd happily welcome Alberta as 51st state. Ottawa is run by liberal sociopaths who want to euthanize as many Canadians as possible. In other words, water's also wet.
Yes.
But thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So this is good news. This is good news for Albertans. It's good news for Canadians to show that now maybe Mark Carney will take things serious. Maybe he'll start running the country. I can't even say that with a straight face. Guys, Alberta's getting out. Yeah. Okay, we're going.
It's happening.
Pack your bags. It's done.
I'm excited to do the vote.
Somebody said Cowboy Up. Anybody know about Cowboy Up? If you don't, Danielle Smith hanging out. How? The Calgary Stampede. If you guys don't know about this Calgary Stampede, because we do have a lot of American viewers, take a look at what's happening in Calgary.
It's huge worldwide.
Once a year, worldwide celebration, 10 days of partying. I said that Americans know how to do the 4th of July. Look at Danielle firing off those pancakes.
Oh my do you remember when Trudeau was trying to do it? He couldn't even flip.
He couldn't even flip one. He did this weird thing with his hand. He just looked awkward and crazy. 10 days of partying. We're talking like drinking till 3 a.m, barbecues, free barbecues around the city.
Everybody just goes to work to drink and party.
Hey, that looked like your old building that you worked at.
Yeah.
I think that was. This is all the biggest rodeo, the greatest outdoor show on earth, happening in Calgary every year. Of course, lots of political figures go to these things. Pierre was in the parade today.
And I think Danielle and Pierre were scheduled to do a pancake breakfast tomorrow.
Absolutely. And look, a lot of politicians, people are questioning, is Mark Carney going to show up? I'm not so sure if he's got the
shocked.
stones.
He's probably on vacation somewhere.
Although Trudeau snuck in a couple times and quickly left.
Even though Alberta did not.
I don't know if Mark Carney has the stones to show up. Raging against the machine. I start drinking tomorrow. There you go. Don't see Carney at the Stampede flipping flapjacks. At least Pierre showed up. I'll give him that one. And again, I was chatting with his guys this week. Again, we're still trying to work out something to get Pierre on the channel as quickly as possible, because we do want to talk about his by-election. He wants the Fringe on the old campaign trail. But I have warned him that, look, I'm not going to run around like the pleb, but I am going to give you an open space if you want to talk. I think we got to talk to Pierre. We got to figure out what he's doing. We got to take a look at what's going on. He's opened up his office in Camrose, Alberta, and best of luck to him. I really hope he lands his seat. I hope things work out well for him. But the Stampede, we'll be taking the kids there on Monday. We're going into Calgary for the day. Catch up with my old man, see how he's doing after his surgery, and taking the kids for a day of fun. Good old Western fun. It's a rodeo, midway, games, food, drinking, partying, you name it. Free breakfasts, free barbecues across the city for 10 straight days. And when it's all done, we basically go and nurse a hangover for another year, and then we get up and do it all over again the next year at Stampede.
Not us personally.
At least that's the way Calgarians usually treat it. The city just comes alive during Stampede season.
Pretty amazing.
A lot of cowboys.
And people come from all over to come and see the Stampede.
All over.
Yeah.
Literally all over. Going to be a great time. Cole saying, I miss the pleb. Everybody misses the pleb.
He'll come back.
I don't know if he's coming back. You know, a lot of people are saying he made a lot of money and he took off. He left. He had a habit of doing this before, where something would happen. He'd take a couple weeks off or a month, and then he'd come back, and it angered people from time to time. I always saw it in the comments of people saying, you know, the guy makes a bunch of money and then he leaves, and then when he's broke, he comes back. I hope that's not the case. I hope whatever he's dealing with, he figures out soon. I know he's liked a few of my tweets in the last little while, so he is on Twitter. He's just not posting. He's not making videos. I don't know if he's coming back, guys. But we'll see, I guess. Time will tell. Honorable mention, Sunshine with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. People of Alberta have had referendum against equalization pay for over 64%, and the federal government ignored it. No country got independent without the loss of blood, sadly. So what's funny about that, I'll be doing a video this weekend covering, Danielle actually brought that up in a video talking about her Alberta Next panel and why she wants to take that vote more seriously. Remember that vote happened under Fat Stalin. I mean, Jason Kenney. And he didn't want to take it serious. This was the thing, is that he just said, well, you guys are mad about transfer payments. I'll write a letter to Justin Trudeau telling him how angry we are.
He doesn't answer me. I'll write another letter.
I'll write another letter. And around we go. Why? Because Jason Kenney was a federalist. He doesn't care about Alberta. Danielle does. And I can vouch. She definitely does. I think we're going to see a lot out of her. A lot we didn't expect. Many people saying, hey, she ditched the Alberta pension plan. She ditched Alberta's own police force. They're talking about it all summer long. Danielle brought in the ability for a new police force the other day. She lowered our taxes more than Mark Carney did. So, I mean, she's taking every step in the right direction.
She's doing everything she can at the moment.
And keep in mind, like a lot of people mentioned, well, Alberta Health is still an issue. There's certain things being talked about with Danielle and other groups that we don't like what's being brought into Alberta or getting along with the federal government. Keep in mind, it's not like Danielle just makes all those decisions. It's the entire UCP. She is one vote. So it's the problem with Danielle is she just gets the brunt of the blame for everybody else. So she's just the representative. Don't shoot the messenger. I can tell you from the time that I've spent with Danielle, it's the same feeling I get when I hang around Pierre, is that you look at their face, you look at their body language, you shake their hand. I've spent a lot of time in the last few years around politicians, but after being in business for almost 2 decades, there's a portion of me that feels I can read somebody a lot. I mean, you usually know anytime we've met somebody and I've got awkward feelings, they're usually accurate. And it's not to say I'm an expert, but body language and the way somebody shakes your hand, the way they look you in the eyes tells you something about that person. I believe in my heart of hearts, Pierre truly wants great things for Canada.
Yes, of course he does.
But when I talk to Danielle, when I see the passion on her face, in her eyes, and I see the love that she has for Alberta, when I see that she's mostly a libertarian style person, I believe she truly wants a better Alberta. Now, whether that's with the federal government and finding a way to work with them or by voting its way into independence, I think at the end of the day, Danielle just wants whatever her constituents want, and she's willing to jump on any grenade so long as she knows that's what her constituents are mandating her to do so. So please don't count her out yet. I will at least say that she's got my push, my endorsement. I think she's fantastic. Jevin with the 2-month subscription. Thank you so much. Is it true that Calgary kept liquor stores open 24 hours a day for this year's Stampede? It wouldn't surprise me. I know they've gotten special concessions for liquor laws during Stampede before, like people were able to drink before 11 a.m.
Yeah, and bars
some
are allowed to
places
stay open later and start earlier type of thing.
Yeah, so usually when they work with Alberta Liquor Commission, they can find a way to get things done. So it could be true.
C-Trains ran 24 hours, though.
Yeah, the public transit trains ran for 24 hours during Stampede season. Again, making sure people can get home, even though I wouldn't get on one of those trains if you paid me.
Gondek did. She was very safe.
I mean, maybe they've got the liquor stores open because Gondek's planning on shutting down everybody's water again, and people are going to need to drink something. I really haven't looked into it because we left Calgary, so I haven't been paying attention. But it wouldn't surprise me. They usually get those kind
they usually get pretty special rules.
Concessions during Stampede, because keep in mind, it accounts for 1/3 of the city's total annual revenue. They make a lot of money during Stampede, so they want to make sure they're doing it properly. Pale Pinkish Humanoid, thank you. $10 super chat. Is there any wonder why their own brothers and soldiers or sisters, in the Middle East won't have anything to do with them? Well, I mean, yeah. Reg Porter becoming a member for 14 months. The possibility of a referendum in Alberta is so exciting that we can have our say in the future and a chance to become what we've always dreamed of. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for that. And this is an exciting day. You know, a lot of people say, well, Fringe, it's never going to happen. We're never going to see a future where Alberta leaves.
It's happening, and we're just getting closer and closer to it, really.
I get hundreds of emails throughout the week. I talk to people all the time. Anytime we go out and somebody recognizes me from the channel, or even when we're just sitting out somewhere or walking down the street, and you hear people talking politics, because it's more common than not these days.
It is, yeah.
Everyone's talking. I haven't heard one person say they want to stay, except maybe your mom. But it's because she says, until I see the plan for Alberta.
Yes. And a lot of people are, I'll see it to believe it kind of thing. And I get that.
I have faith that Albertans, and this is one thing I was talking to Jeffrey Rath about today. Keep your eyes peeled to the channel, by the way. I have my interview coming up with Jeff Rath shortly. Hopefully this weekend. We're going to film it this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to release it this weekend or Monday when I'm in Calgary. But Jeff Rath to talk about the new budget for Calgary, for Alberta. If you watch our video today, there's a link on Alberta Prosperity Project's website. You can download the document, peruse it yourself. I believe it's 47 pages, and it really outlines everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that in a second, but first I got to get to Jay Peterson's. At Sunshine, that is true. Even in Canada, we all learned about the Red River Rebellion in Manitoba and the Northwest Rebellion, Sask, Alberta, which finally ended up with Riel being removed. I will say thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, history's history, but I'm certainly not able to condone those kind of actions here on the channel. So please bear with me, folks. What were we just talking about? APP. And Jeff Rath.
Yeah.
Once I looked at that document, folks, and Mrs. Fringe perused it as well, you start to see the numbers. And what I said to Jeff Rath today, because he asked, what do you think people's take back is or reception to this document is so far? And I said, look, I've gone through the comments of the video. It seems very positive. People are excited about it. And I said, I said on Wednesday night's stream that I felt this was Alberta's silver bullet. Because anybody who wants to argue the reason for independence or the benefits for independence at this point, we now have numbers. And Jeff said what's really funny is that people were calling out on social media saying those numbers are made up, pie in the sky numbers. They're from provincial tax returns from years before. Those numbers aren't accurate. And Jeff said, actually, it's kind of funny. They aren't accurate because they only took and accounted for taxes up until 2024. If you look at 2025, we actually had a surplus this year, which means they're $8 billion off, and we would actually get more money than what's predicted in that document if we were to vote for independence by those calculations. So thank you for pointing that out, trolls. It actually means we're in even better position if we vote for independence. And I can't wait to sit down and talk with Jeff about that. I think it's going to be fantastic. Alberta's getting its vote one way or another. This is where we start the process of knowing whether or not we can leave. And if we can't leave, what do we need to do to get to another vote and move forward from there? Even Jeff has said, if this vote fails, we just jump on the wagon to figure out how we get another one.
Yep.
And inform more people so that eventually Alberta can find its prosperity. There's nothing wrong with that. Alberta Independence saying, why would we want to stay in Canada? Again, I asked the question, if I lit $500 on fire and walked away, would you put it out? Absolutely. Everybody would right now. Who wants to pay all this money in income taxes and
we're kind of ready to live again.
Corporate taxes? And don't forget that as soon as this UBI comes in from Mark Carney, you're going to have your equity taxed into the ground. You're never going to own your home. Any profits you make on your home, you're going to be paying in taxes. And everybody says, well, we're getting UBI from the government. Each person...
Yeah, but you're paying for it.
Each person will get $2,000 a month. That equates to $24,000 a year. Yet if your house makes $50,000 in equity, you're going to pay a lot of that money back in taxes on top. So you'll never actually truly enjoy that equity.
So the only way to come ahead is not own your own home and not really have a job.
But that's exactly it, is that the program only benefits, again, folks, the gimmigrants that they keep bringing in to vote for them, to fast track for citizenship, to sit around on their butts and do nothing. Those who are working, we went over the documents from how they tried to do this before. People who worked were actually punished. They were actually reduced 50 cents on every dollar for what UBI was going to give them for working.
Yeah.
So people are looking at it going, well, now I'm working because it's good for my mental health. I make more than UBI gives me, so I'm going to keep my job. Meanwhile, everybody else just gets to sit on their butt and have a holiday and live off your dime. How's that fair? I love Alberta. I love it too. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're never able to actually get ahead.
As soon as the government gives you money, they own you.
Yeah.
Says Phoebe. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not free. There's
not
no such thing as free money.
There isn't. Well, unless you're a migrant.
Well, unless you're a immigrant, I guess.
I mean, this is part of the reason we want to get rid of this stuff in this country. I seen this video this week, and there was really no way to make a lengthy video about it. But look at this. Somebody says exactly. Parasites thrive in public pools, especially if sanitation isn't on point like this one. Protect your family by deworming regularly. I mean, there's some audio in this I can't play because they use copywritten music. But let's take a look at this. If people thought Wasaga Beach was bad, take a look at this one. Look at this, what's filmed in a pool. And we used to see this in Calgary all the time at our local water park, our local splash park. These guys came for their annual bath, and they'd stand where all the kids were playing. They'd bring their shampoo and conditioner.
That
and
is disgusting.
This guy's washing his crack in the public pool. So they poop on the beaches.
Oh, ugh.
They're washing themselves out. And people say, well, if you talk about this, you're a racist. You're xenophobic. You don't want these people here. You're damn rights I don't want them here. Get them the hell out of here. The police should come and grab this guy immediately, put him at the airport on a plane and say, get the hell out of the country. I've had enough of this. Haven't you guys? Derek is getting mad. George is getting upset. I mean...
Oh, that is so gross. I would pack my stuff and go.
Where was this? I'm not sure. It just showed up as...
Go back again.
It was Table Salt who put it out. Table Salt's a great account on Twitter to follow. But apparently it happened in Canada. We weren't told where. Bible Vibe saying not allowed to spit on the sidewalk, but they can do that. Well, they pooped on the beaches in Wasaga Beach last year.
Just bury it, that's fine.
I mean, and not just last year. They've been doing it for a long time, but it was covered to no great extent last year by Rebel News. The poop on the beaches. Carson El Gringo Grande, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Is there any info about what would happen to RSPs, TSSAs if Alberta leaves, asking for a friend? Yes. In fact, that's all highlighted in that document. Again, head over to albertaprosperityproject.com. You can download the PDF. You can peruse it. I won't have time to go through all that because I'd have to pick it out of a 47-page document on the stream. We all saw how that worked on Wednesday when I was trying to find Danielle talking about immigrants. on the
It
channel.
might be easier on a Word document though, because you can do a search.
Yeah,
but-
I don't want to slow down the stream, but Carson, if you're unable to find the document, send me an email. I know you have my email. Send me an email after the show. I'll send you a copy of the document to peruse. But yeah, essentially they'd all stay the same. Whatever you've paid out, and this is the one misconception people have, is that whatever you've paid into those programs, they owe you that back. Government banks, or not government banks, but Canadian banks that operate within Canada could still operate in an independent Alberta. Now, what currency they invest on is what I'd be curious about if they move that over to US dollars, if they move it and allow you an option to choose if you want to keep it invested in Canadian dollars, whatever currency Alberta would adopt. My guess is they'd adopt American currency. We trade in US. Most things are done in US. But those investments would stay the same. Your pension would stay the same. Your CPP contributions, they owe us back.
You'd end up getting more monthly payment back on the CPPs.
There's a payment plan structured throughout this budget that says with the billions of dollars allotted, we could take care of our seniors much better than we already do. In fact, they'd see a significant boost in the services they get from those plans. As you know, probably living in Mexico, that even if you were to contribute into Canada's pension plan, you can still claim it while living in Puerto Vallarta or wherever you live around the world. I mean, just ask Mark Carney. He's got 3 passports.
Yeah.
Your contributions don't change just because you left. If you ever go down to the United States, you see like TD Bank operates in the US, although Canada has strict rules about American banks not being allowed to operate within Canada. That's got to stop and that's got to change. Things would be better off for us if we allowed US banks to operate within Canada, as far as I'm concerned. The more the merrier.
Yep.
It would give people options. But they can't seize or remove or take down any of your investments. They can't shut your accounts. They can't do like the Freedom Convoy and freeze those accounts and say, well, now you're never going to get them because you're treasonous and voted for independence. None of that. Excuse me. I got the hiccups. It all stays the same. It's a nice little package for you. Again, that document will highlight everything. I left TD Bank after the convoy, sold everything. I know a lot of people did. And again, I'm not standing up for TD. I'm simply saying that if you ever go to America and notice they have branches, I don't know what other Canadian banks have branches in the United States. I've only noticed TD while I'm down there sometimes. Nilok, the $2 super chat, deport now button equals the like button.
Yes.
There you go. Hit the like. Again, if we get 1,000 likes, guys, we're doing a giveaway tonight. For one lucky Patriots Club member, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Sue with a $5 super chat. Again, no message. Put a message in there next time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. How many likes are we at right now? Can anybody tell me? BMOs in the US? Somebody's saying?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think I've seen a BMO actually when we've been there. How many likes are we at, guys? Could somebody tell me? Try and get rid of those hiccups. 451? Is that it?
We can do better than
We've got
that.
900 viewers in here right now. Somebody hit that thumbs up button if you haven't. Somebody says 450. Get it going, guys. 1,000. That's all we need.
1,000 likes will do one giveaway today.
1,000 likes for a giveaway. You guys don't want free stuff? We tried this Wednesday night and we didn't get the likes then either. And I left the stream saying, obviously, these guys don't want some free things. They don't want free stuff. That's okay. We're not going to make you push the button. It doesn't cost you nothing. It's free. Nick, ole, becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Patriots Club. Great to have you. We're over 500, guys, which means, in the words of John Bon Jovi, whoa, we're halfway there. Keep hitting.
For us.
I am not. I'm not. Instead of saying 529, it's going up, guys.
Good.
DM saying, Derek, I love your hat. I think it's fantastic. Believe me, it's wonderful. I want to talk about Trump for a second because you guys, I've been meaning to tell you this on many live streams, okay?
Our new exciting mission.
And then I always forget to talk about it until the stream is ended, okay? I'm going on a mission for the channel, kind of a fun little side goal. What's really fun is Carson also gave away 10 Unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to all 10 of our new members. Very generous, Carson. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Get those likes in. That's 10 more people that are now applicable to free stuff at the end of the show. if you've got it going on. Somebody says the big, beautiful bill mission. It's kind of like that. It's a little like
That's what you
that.
should call it.
We're going to have a new goal on the channel. Before, the goal was let's hit 100,000 subscribers. Then YouTube gave me the finger and said, we're not going to give you a play button. So we need a new goal. Now, I'm not going to set a goal at 1 million subs or anything silly like that, but I am going to make a very silly goal for the channel.
I don't know how realistic this goal is going to be, but it's fun.
Anytime I'm doing the Donald here on the channel, okay, I want you guys to clip this section of the stream, put it up on your socials, tag Donald Trump. This channel now has a goal to meet and do the voice for the Donald live on the channel for everybody to watch, to tell Donald, okay, I think you're a wonderful guy.
Great.
Maybe get an invitation to the White House. I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt that.
One can dream. I'm going to reach out to Sarah Palin. I'm going to reach out to Danielle Smith. I'm going to reach out to everybody I know and say, I'm not going to ask you to give me a phone number, but you know the Donald. You've been to Mar-a-Lago. Maybe you take one of these clips, you show them to Donald, and you see if we could sit down, maybe negotiate Alberta's exit into America. Okay, wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't it be great if we could just sit down, talk about becoming the great 51st state? Mar-a-Lago's calling, says Raging Against the Machine. We're going to tag real Donald Trump anytime I'm doing the voice. We're going to clip it. We're going to put it out on social media and see if we can make the Fringe great again. It's already great, by the way. It ain't going nowhere.
That was really good. The way you do it, it's so good. It's like I'm sitting right next to him.
I wish I could give YouTube the finger, says Thomas Wolf. I kind of wish that on a daily basis, but
you can't even call support. There's nothing.
I think it's an exciting goal. Like when we met Sarah Palin, I never thought that day would happen. And I know I kind of irked her a little when I made Tina Fey jokes, but it was in good fun. She laughed. She had a good time. Danielle, see, here's the thing is that I realistically could go to Danielle and say, hey, can you call up the Donald and tell him you got this guy that does this stuff and everything? I don't want an easy in.
No.
I want to earn it. We want to earn.
We're going to do it. We're going to push it out.
The Donald always said, if you work hard and you do your job properly, you'll get paid the same as everybody else, okay? So I want to make my way there myself. I want to do it on my own merits. I want to make sure the Fringe gets there on his own with his wonderful, most amazing, big, beautiful community. We've got the greatest community on the platform, by the way. The best, believe me. They're wonderful. Fuzzy Balls.
That's going to make me laugh every time.
Friend of the White House and Big Balls coming in with a $2 super chat. Ottawa cares more about Ukraine than Albertans.
Yeah.
Mark Carney hates black people. Isn't that what Kanye says? Or no, it was George Bush. It was George Bush. John becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Fringe. So good to have you guys here. President Trump's our daddy. Listen, here's what would happen. Here's what would happen. If we can make this interview or meeting or even 5 minutes with the Trump possible, the Donald, I'd sit down with him. I'd look him straight in the eye and I'd put the hands in like this and I'd be like, listen, Donald, I got to tell you, okay, you're a wonderful guy, okay? I've read the art of the deal. I've seen Mark Carney in your office. I don't like him. I'm going to tell you right now, he's a bit of a worm, okay? He's a scumbag. He doesn't know what he's doing with his elbows. Someone should tell him where to shove his elbows, I think. I think you could tell him that. Maybe take them to Uganda, okay? He should go get himself a lollipop, make himself feel better, but he's not getting any deals because they're just not in the cards, are they? Donald, I think what we should do is we should talk about the borders within Alberta. Signing off from Canada, we could be wonderful trading partners, I got to admit. We'd be great trading partners.
Negotiate right next to Danielle.
We got a whole lot of oil. I know you say you don't need it, but let me tell you, Donald, we got a lot of oil, a lot of natural gas. We'd love to sell it to you. We'd love to be trading partners. I nominate the Fringe to be your negotiator. I will be your ambassador to the 51st state of Alberta, okay? We'd love to join the United States. We'll be the new Texas of America, Texas Junior. Okay, we would love to join you. And he would laugh and laugh. And then we'd call Mark Carney and say, you don't know which one of us is talking to you, but I'm going to tell you right now, Mark, you're fired. You're done.
I love it.
Daddy's home. Daddy's home. Mark Carney, you're fired.
Here's what happened. You came in.
Mini Texas.
And you're fired.
We're going to be mini Texas. We're going to pump out so much oil. You're going to be bathing in it under your big, beautiful build. And your golden dome. It's going to be wonderful, let me tell you. Fantastic. I know we got some great golf courses. You want to come golfing in Alberta? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You're going to love it. I think it would be a funny meeting. Can Trump adopt us, please?
Yes.
Daddy will come home and adopt you. I'll rock you to sleep every night as our 51st child.
I don't think I'm ever going to get that out of my head. You and the Trump boys saying daddy. Daddy will come.
Bradley Wilcox becoming a new member. What did you say? Daddy's going to come? Yeah. I'm going to come. Do not come. Do not come. I'm going to come. Sue, with the $5 super chat. If anyone is hesitant about sharing info with APP, volunteers have to sign NDAs, so go sign the intent to vote and LFG. What's funny about that, thank you for the $5 super chat. I mentioned this on today's video, that APP asks for your email address so that once the elections of Alberta recognize, I almost did Trump there.
You did.
Once they recognize the question as being valid and we can start garnering our signatures, they're only using that list to contact people. They have told us that they will not be selling that information to third parties. It's under lock and key. Once they do those emails, those lists are deleted. They only want them for the purpose of garnering and verifying signatures. So please don't be hesitant. Now, keep in mind, these are lawyers telling me this, which means if they ever sold your information, you could sue the living daylights out of them. So go give them a shot. Give them your info. Lauren saying, Derek, would you ever appear on Joe Rogan? Let me tell you something.
I don't know who wouldn't.
Let me tell you something. I like Joe, okay? He's a wonderful guy. I like Joe. I'd talk to Joe anytime he wants to talk. I'd even get in and sit close to his microphone like this, like when he's talking. And we'd just shoot the shit for hours, okay? We'd talk about everything. Theo Von, I like Theo Von as well. I'd sit and talk with Theo Von. I'd talk with a lot of American YouTubers if I ever got the chance. Ben Shapiro, I'd talk to just to tell him, lay off a little bit. You got to bring it down. You used to be great. You used to be a good guy, okay? But now you're getting a little carried away, okay? You need to bring it down a bit. A little bit more.
Stop.
Joe Rogan, I'd talk to Joe Rogan and I'd say, you need to look at my big, beautiful bill. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Believe me. I'd love to talk to some YouTubers. Not Tim Pool, though. I don't like Tim Pool, I got to be honest. He looks a lot like some Canadian YouTubers who walk around with their hats on saying you're inbred. They're not very nice guys. Okay? Wannabe Canadian discount Tim Pool. Dollar store Tim Pool in Canada. Some guy that does something, I think. I'm not allowed to make jokes. Mana, we just want Trump to be able to support you the very best, whether on independent country or 51st state. Would love to have you closer to us either way. Listen, we want the same thing. Yeah. We totally want the same thing. This is why I'm saying today's a great day to talk about this stuff.
Together.
Somebody says Charlie Kirk. I've talked to Charlie Kirk actually before. Haven't been on his show, but I met with Charlie Kirk at one point when I was at a convention. Bumped into each other. And as soon as somebody said my channel name, he said, I've heard of it. You just don't look familiar. But I took that as a compliment regardless from a guy like Charlie. Very nice guy. Really cool to talk to. Down to earth. Very based. I like Charlie. I definitely go on Charlie Kirk. Nick with a $5 super chat. Northern said 90,000 government jobs are going bye-bye. That's probably good.
Save us money.
CB, bad, Derek. You're being bad. Daddy's going to have to spank you, okay?
Don't do that. Oh, don't.
You're not a real man if you have to get out of the shower to pee. I mean, I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. Because if I agree, I'm in bad shape. If I disagree, well, I'm in bad shape with you guys. So just know the Fringe probably stands with you on this one.
I mean, the Fringe cleans his shower, so.
Well, you got to clean the shower. I don't go wash my crack at the pool.
No, but what I'm saying is
like
the wife
some people.
doesn't do it. You do it.
Well, sometimes. Somebody's saying Charlie Kirk is very good. Trump is coming to Canada. Trump's going to come here and give Mark Carney a spanking. It's not worth his time.
Giving him a spanking.
It's not worth his time. Here's the thing about Mark Carney is that he's running around. His thing with the EU flopped. It failed in grand fashion. So now Mark Carney is stuck holding the bag saying, now I'm going to have to go talk to America again and try and convince them that, hey, it was just a joke, guys.
Take it back.
This was
part of the plan. We were going to do this anyway.
Can I get a day off to think about it? I mean, it was all part of the plan, right? Like I wanted to make it look like I wanted to do a joint deal with the EU. But really, I want to do a deal with America, right? Elbows up. Elbows up, guys. Bradley Wilcox, $2 super chat. I would sign in a second. Yes. We need this. Absolutely, we do. Thank you for the super chat. Speaking of elbows up, I gotta say, one of the things that I really hate about being so close to Edmonton is how woke the retail is out here. I gotta be honest. It was there. It is again. I almost did. I gotta be honest. The retail, it's terrible. I'm gonna stop with the Donald. I know I'm laying it on thick tonight.
You are.
I'm in that mode. Reg with the $5 super chat. When we're fortunate enough to love the APP with great people involved, we need to support them and be thankful for all their work. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. I went into a retailer this week at West Edmonton Mall. We took the kids mini golfing. My daughter was looking at some clothes. We went into this place. What was it? It's like Urban Kids, Urban Planet. They call it Urban something or else now. And as soon as we go down to the till to pay for my daughter's clothes, I see a couple mannequins. Elbows up t-shirts and never 51st t-shirts. And I went to the till and there was some lady wearing a sheet over her face because it would be, a crime for people to see what she looks like. And I looked her straight in the eye because that's all you could see. And I said, how much of that shit do you sell in here? And she says, what shit? And I said, that 51st stuff and the elbows up. And she goes, oh, I can't say. And I said, do you guys like carrying that stuff? Do you think you're funny? Like, do you find that entertaining? I said, I almost put all these clothes back and left the store. I said, I literally almost threw up in my mouth. The fact that you'd sell that here. I said, we're in Alberta. I said, you guys like Mark Carney? And they said, well, it's not us. It's our head office. I said, you're supporting Mark Carney. You're garbage, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. And then I grabbed the bag, was walking away, and I turned around and said, take that shit down now. And then I walked out the door with my kids kind of looking to the side. Like,
poor cashier. She didn't put it there.
What's Daddy doing? What's Dad doing?
That is just...
Dad's embarrassing.
So creepy.
Hamas holes standing outside. Admiral Akbar. No, we can't.
Oh, what's Dad doing now?
Elbows deep, idiots. Yeah.
You're pretty good at.
I wouldn't trust Carney with my cat. Forget my son. Oh. He'd be eating my dogs. He'd be eating my cats.
Too bad Steve's not still down here. He'd be saying it too.
My son Steve, he's 5 years old. He walks around saying they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. The pets of the people that live there.
Spent way too much time with his dad, I think.
Troy's got it on the head here. God bless our troops and God bless America. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Absolutely. So somebody got mad at me today for saying God bless America. People are saying, oh, you're shouting out America? You like America? And I said, you're damn right I like America. What the hell's wrong with shouting God bless America?
Our neighbors, of course we should like America.
Could be worse. I could be going to a conference in Toronto and saying I like all the Jeets. I'm not doing that. God bless the United States of America. Damn it. Canada's okay too. If you just take Ottawa, sorry to anybody who lives there, but if you just take Parliament Hill, and the residents around Ottawa that are government,
they can't see
just like lift them on an island, lift them up on an island like Magneto does with Asteroid M, and just move them somewhere else. And then Canada...
Move them into Quebec.
Put them in Quebec, put a 50-foot wall around Quebec and fill it with water. I think we'd all be in better shape. I think the world would breathe a sigh of relief. That dark cloud that looks like Mordor over top of Canada would just disappear. Justin Trudeau's Eye of Sauron would leave. And we could all just, get back to life again, living again. Wouldn't that be nice? And now they're eating themselves.
What?
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and now they're turning on themselves. They're
Eating
making
the neighbors.
Soylent Green. It's made out of people. Hamilton's bad enough and getting worse by the day.
Yeah.
I've heard about Hamilton. I've heard about what's the other one? Not Brantford. Is it Brantford? Not Brantford. Brampton. I've heard about Brampton. Mike Freedom Honey, I'm surprised he's not doing a victory lap still over his honey that he beat out on Corey Morgan. There's a season I haven't stepped back foot from in Ottawa, or wait, there's a reason I haven't stepped back in Ottawa in years. I got to be honest. I went to, man, since you're cracking me up, I appreciate it. Just somebody yelled at me a few weeks ago on stream afterwards in the comments and said, well, you think you're a comedian? Why can't you just give us the news? I said, I don't know if you know this. I aspired to be a comedian at a young age. I always wanted to be an entertainer and a comedian. That's part of the reason I got onto YouTube, so that I could do fun news, so that I could make it entertaining.
If you wanted to watch boring news,
if you wanted to watch boring news, I could recommend a channel to you that I'm not allowed to say. But what's funny, I had a tweet today. I put out a tweet. Speaking of Mike, I want to talk about this. You guys remember Calendars That Curse? You guys remember that promotion we did? Speaking of the government, we had a promotion. They put out these amazing calendars every year. Sherry, who runs...
They have amazing things, not just their calendars.
They've got home security devices for women's that have possible electrical arcs in them. Different things to help you out in the homestead. They sell Mike's Freedom Honey. They sell a lot of fun apparel.
Candles. Amazing.
Mrs. Fringe loves the candles. Calendarsthatcurse.com. I featured them here before. I'm happy to say that the Fringe has been asked to join in on a little promo for them. They also donate a portion of their proceeds to veterans, as Mike himself is a veteran. The Fringe is partnering with one of my favorite brick and mortar companies for a fingers up Mark Carney calendar designed by yours truly. It's going to be a gooder, folks. Portion of sales goes to veterans. Again, keep your eyes posted or peeled. Down here, Calendars That Curse tweeting out, it's officially official. Partnering with Unacceptable Fringe to create the 2026 F. Carney calendar. Coming soon. Stay tuned. Politically incorrect. Sorry, not sorry. F. Carney. The Fingers Up calendar will be on sale soon. We'll be doing a ton of giveaways here on the channel. We'll be giving some of them out to our viewers, not just Patriots Club holders. That's going to be a fun giveaway. Yes. We want to promote it for Calendars That Curse. Again, all the proceeds that would have gone to veterans, I will be giving them myself to give those out on the channel. Again, I designed the calendar, guys, so you know what's going to be good. You know what's going to be funny.
I know it is. I've seen it.
You're going to love it.
I got a sneak.
Somebody says T-shirt. The F. Carney T-shirt. We've had that for ages. In fact, let's do another shameless plug, shall we? Should we do another shameless plug? Why not? We're in the grifting mood, aren't we?
We're in it now.
We're in the grifting season. Proud member of a small fringe minority with unacceptable views is still available. Our torn Alberta shirt. But you can see here the F. Carney tops are available. They're currently on sale, actually, on the shop. You can go pick them up over on our shop over at Spread Shop. I'm sure Mike or one of our other mods will drop a link in the chat for our stuff. But the Fingers Up Carney, this is where Calendars That Curse got the idea from. We've had these shirts for a while on the channel. Go and grab yours today. They're on sale. Just a reminder, they do come from America. They are in America. The reason I use that retailer is because a lot of companies in Canada have startup costs. They're expensive. Digitizing costs, things like that.
Yeah, we found it to be much more costly.
And sometimes they fade after you wash them. They shrink. They have issues. What I have found by using Spread Shop is that not only do they have quality, But even if you have to pay duties and taxes on orders over $50, it still works out to less that you would pay with those charges than if we used a Canadian retailer. In fact, I think the cheapest hoodies we found in Canada from a supplier with no duties or fees was going to be around $90 for a hoodie. I said that's way too expensive. We just can't do it. This was the best way to do it moving forward. Go grab a Fingers Up shirt. Let's start showing Mark Carney how we really feel.
Yep.
Huh? By the way, I too take a portion of sales and profits. We donate them permanently now to veterans. I think it's the best cause. I want to do that moving forward to keep giving back.
Yes, we're very good at that.
You can carry your Canada pension plan and old age security anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Carson El Gringo Grande with a $5 super chat. Can I sponsor an F. Carney t-shirt giveaway tonight? Available to all viewers.
Ooh.
Have we hit 1,000?
Have we hit 1,000?
I'll tell you what, if we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do 2 giveaways. One of them sponsored by Carson.
Which is this t-shirt right here.
And that one will be open to any viewer.
Yes.
Any viewer. Courtesy
Not
of Carson.
Members.
But we have to hit 1,000 likes. Have we hit 1,000 yet?
What's our numbers yet?
716?
We'll get there.
I love the encouragement. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
You're never going to make it. Well, what do you mean? I'm already famous. No, you're never going to make it. If you've ever seen Walk Hard, you know what I'm talking about. Look, somebody said 769. Keep those likes coming in, guys. Let's see where we can get. Okay.
Megan's leaving. So goodbye, Megan.
Megan's leaving. So long, Megan. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you haven't yet. 758.
We can do it.
You don't have enough viewers? Well, that's the point of hitting the like button. When you hit the like button, more viewers come in because YouTube recommends the stream to people, and thus they can hit the like button and so on and so forth. We're trying to outdo our competitors here, folks. It's all part of the plan. Raven Lunatic Canadian becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Patriots Club. Hit that like button, for God's sake. Before we get into Q&A, I do have some news that we do have to talk about. Good friend of the channel, Tamara Leach, updating us on her court proceedings. A lot of people were asking what's happening to her and Chris Barber. I wanted to lay it out because it looks like it's going to be August before we even see anything on their guilty verdict. So here's Tamara's trial update, just to keep you guys in the loop. On the morning of Friday, June 27th, we had a brief speak-to hearing with the judge to confirm the dates for the upcoming sentencing hearing and to advise the judge that I've decided against using GLOUD. July 23rd will commence with Her Honor's ruling on Chris' stay of proceedings application. Immediately following this decision, we will use the remainder of July 23rd to begin the sentencing hearing, as well as the 24th, with the spillover date held for the 25th. As our hearings tend to take longer than usual, I know Her Honor is as eager for the rest of us to bring this matter to a conclusion. I'm hopeful we will have the sentencing by mid to late August, which would put our mischief trial at 24 months. Just a reminder, the Crown is seeking 2 years in a federal penitentiary for both Tamara and Chris, and will be arguing a forfeiture order to seize and destroy Big Red.
I hate that.
This is where I was talking about even things like Facebook and digital stuff, and you never own anything. And people saying, well, you can't say that paying property taxes means you never own your property. Look at Chris Barber. He owns Big Red. Free and clear.
Wants to destroy it.
Free and clear. And the government can come in and say, nah, we want to seize it because you drove it to Ottawa and parked it on our street. We want to seize it because it's a symbol of freedom and we want to destroy it and tear it to shreds. This is absolute blasphemy.
To paint him blue than to destroy him. That's horrible.
I'd rather they make him wear a dress like that other bald dude in town and walk across the street. Really, you're going to destroy the man's livelihood?
Horrible.
His truck? That's how the guy makes his goddamn living. Pardon the blasphemy, but it just gets me so mad that this happens to Chris, of all people. All people.
The government should not have that power.
The gentle giant, one of the nicest people I've ever met in this country, to be told, we're going to rip your truck out of your hands and squash it into nothing.
Their accounts are still frozen.
Absolutely disgusting. Where are we here? I think we're here with Nick with the $5 super chat. If Carney's getting cooked, are we using charcoal, propane, or a Tesla Cybertruck? Whichever burns better.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whichever burns better. Jay Peterson with $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You can fill it with plastic balls made from 100% pure Alberta crude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that super chat. Raven, we got becoming a new member. Gotano, the $2 super chat. I'm a proud Canadian, but I work and live in Montana. Shout out to Montana. Happy Independence Day. We love our American viewers. I love Montana. Montana is a great state. It's southern Alberta. It's basically you cross the line and you're still in Alberta. That's how much we have in common with Montana. We love Montana. In fact, I really love when we went down to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
Yes.
When we took our kids to Silverwood. I mean, and everybody down there is so friendly. So unbelievably friendly. Love Americans.
Beautiful country.
Derek, maybe remind everyone to have to focus on independence first. We get to literally start from scratch if we're independent, but can't make deals till then, or treaties until then. Am I telling people to not focus on independence? Maybe I missed something. Maybe put that in another message. I mean, look, we still have to talk about what's going on around the country. We still have to talk about everything that's happening in the world. There's more people than just Alberta watching these streams.
We still care about what happens to
I care about what happens to the rest of Canada. And keep in mind that Alberta may not succeed with independence the first time around.
But if they do, it's going to be a domino effect as well. It's going to affect the whole country.
I'm waiting to see the explanation there. If I'm missing something, that if it's because I said things about the 51st state or whatever, that's just us joking around having fun.
We certainly don't want that.
We're here to have a good time. Alberta's northern Montana. There's the better way to put it. There you go. that's
small Texas.
I honestly, that's one thing I miss about living in Calgary was we were so close to that U.S. border that now if we want to go, we have to add another 3.5 hours to that drive. What are our likes at? Oh, just making sure everyone focuses. See lots of asking if we have made deals. Oh, I hear you. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, no. I said the same thing to Pierre's guys when I was talking to them. You have to keep in mind, I said, I will keep an open door. I'm not going to gatekeep. No. I still support Pierre. However, my focus is on Alberta independence because even if Pierre were to be prime minister tomorrow, I don't think they could give us a better deal than Alberta would get by claiming independence now that I've seen the money. That's why I'm saying the future. And it's not about, oh, you're selling out for cash. It's the future that people living in this province could have, that have put their roots here, that have been here for a long time, that have invested in Alberta. When I see the benefit that they can get for claiming independence, there's nothing I believe the federal government could give us, even one that wants to work with us, that is a better deal. And just like Donald, you want the best deal you can get, okay? You don't want to take some cheap, crappy deal where you're bent over and told where to put your elbows, okay? You want the better deal. You want one that leaves you with a lot of investment money in your pocket. You want to own your property, and you want to make sure guys like Matt Carney can't come in and take all your stuff. He doesn't know what the F he's doing. Left. You understand? Raven gifting 10 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Wow, you guys are on fire. Welcome to all 10 of our new members. If we get those likes up, guys, y'all are getting a giveaway. You're getting 2 giveaways. Get those likes in. Hit the thumbs up. Saved by Grace 279. Just heard Trump wants to rid property tax. They should. You know, a lot of people who say it's not possible. Sarah Palin did it when she was the mayor. I think it was in Anchorage.
Yeah.
Whatever town it was in Alaska that Sarah Palin was mayor.
She was able to get rid of it.
She got rid of property taxes altogether. And she said, we're not going to punish people for doing improvements to their properties either. And a lot of people in Alaska, the governor had an issue with it. And then Sarah Palin said, well, then make way. I'll just become the governor. I'll take care of it if that's the case. Norman with a $13.99 super chat. I hope everybody in Alberta understands that unless you've lived here for 3 years, you have no legal right to vote in Alberta. Good.
That is good to know because I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to be here for a certain period of time. That's why they're verifying signatures. They can't just bus people in to try and topple the referendum.
Oh, and of course they would.
Oh, absolutely they would. You'd see a bunch of guys. You ever go to Banff and you see all the Japanese tourists?
Uh-huh.
Oh, are we here to make a movie? No, you're getting off the bus and you're voting for, just put no on this questionnaire. We're asking if you enjoy the summer heat. Just
Your
put
name's
no.
John Doe.
Your name's John. Just put no on this ballot and move forward. Mark Carney thanks you for your continued patronage. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm showing 816 likes, so we've only got 100 and something to go.
We can do it.
We can do it, guys. You can do it. Come on.
That's what we need.
Get it in there. Get it in there. I wonder what shirt the federal government, or what shit the federal government will try to do.
Shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
We'll try to stop Alberta from separating. We can't and shouldn't allow the federal government to pull any shit. Don't trust me, or don't trust the federal government. No, don't trust any government. Don't trust any government. Look, I like Danielle. I'm good friends. I'd say we're friends, colleagues at the very best. But I've said to Danielle, I like you a lot. You're a nice woman. You're wonderful. Okay, you got some great ideas. I got to be honest. You do your job very well. But at the end of the day, Danielle, you're a politician. And if you ask me if I trust you, I'd say, Danielle, you're fired. I don't ever trust a politician. Ever. I like Pierre. Do I trust him to judge what's best for my life? Absolutely not, because they're influenced by a lot of different things.
And you're not always going to do everything you like either.
There it is. I was just about to say, you can't please people 100% of the time. I can't please Mrs. Fringe 100% of the time. It's a wonder I'm still alive. So
I wonder too.
Listen, the amount of people I actually trust, I could count on a single hand. Now, there are people I like. There are people that I have faith in. There are people that I know would not harm myself, my family. There are friends that I consider to be good friends. But in terms of trust is a very, very deep connection with somebody that you don't give up easily. In fact, you should make people work harder than ever to have your trust. It should be something very impossible to attain from yourself. If you give it up easily, you're going to be easily disappointed. So I only count full trust on a single hand of people that I would trust in this world. Everybody else has to prove to me they're not putting a knife in my back. Norman with the 27.9 super chat. Wow. Thank you. Danielle Smith made that clear when she got voted again. If anybody remembers that it's 3 years, so no matter what they say to try and bust in, it won't work for them. Good. Well, no, and that's why they're going to verify the signatures as well. Good. Thank you so much for the super chat. You can't fire me. I quit. Well, you can't quit because I said you're fired. Here's what happened. You came in and you're fired. What? You're fired. Goodbye. Norman, $6.99 super sticker. I'm sorry it doesn't show up, but thank you for that. Really appreciate that.
You know, when I'm watching on my phone, I still can't see the super sticker.
It's like a YouTube only thing. Really weird. A little weird. Not gonna lie. The only time Mark Carney was worth a shit was in The Honeymooners. I don't know what that one is. That's some kind of inside joke. I don't understand it. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go. Kevin Hull, $5 super chat. You can't please all the people all the time. Last night, all those people were at my show. Mitch Hedberg's greatest comedian there ever lived. No, I think George Carlin or Robin Williams are probably one of the greatest comedians that ever lived. I mean, Andy Kaufman, Lenny Bruce. There's a lot that stand out. Richard Pryor. Should we go on? No. Good comedians, yes. The greatest.
Thank you.
No. Nick, $5 super chat. I think Dale Gribble was on something. Onto something. King of the Hill. I'm not sure what Dale was on. Dang it, Dale. But he was probably onto something.
Who's always against the government, though?
George Carlin, we're going to talk about a list of words. 7 words you can't say anywhere else. Keep in mind, I was Mr. Conductor. That wasn't me trying to do an impression of George Carlin.
Okay, I was going to say that.
That was George Carlin. The 7 words you can't say on television. Talking about the government, it's a big club and you're not a part of it. I mean, he had great material. F the children. That was a good one. Norman of the $7 super chat. I tried to send you a sticker, but apparently a good job didn't work. Listen, we got a wonderful system here on the platform. It doesn't work at all, but thank you. Thank you for giving in to our wonderful system. Like, the thing I was told, I just had it. Look, and Derek says it too. The guy who says, it's never going to happen. You're never going to make it. Derek, I expect your apology in the chat. Look at that. 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes. Somebody saying 882. Derek, where's your apology? Give me that apology. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Give me that apology.
Waiting for it. Come on, Derek.
Norm Macdonald, another great comedian.
Oh, he was great too.
Yeah, Norm. I like Norm. Pass the lube, says Thomas. So sorry, Master. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got the thing. People are saying 885 and 883.
Refresh. It'll show up the correct numbers.
It should. We just hit 1,000 likes, said Ingrid. I'll trust my mods. Nice work.
Especially Ingrid.
Amazing friends. Ingrid would never lie. Ingrid, almost trust. She's like that tier. She's like that tier where no, because I say trust is one of those things. I have to know somebody. I have to trust them with my life.
I mean, we haven't yet to meet Ingrid.
Yes, absolutely. Bradley, $5 super chat. How long does it take for a question to get approved? That's a good question. I would approve it instantly. What has to happen is somebody has to go through it and make sure that it doesn't violate any treaties, that it doesn't violate any laws or stipulations. It has to be worded correctly. And it's not just the question, it's how everything's laid out in the application. There's many gears in that application. My guess is probably a couple weeks at best. APP will be updating us. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll ask Jeff Rath if I can remember to ask him when we sit down for our interview, if he knows how long it takes to approve a question. I will ask that if I can remember. If I forget, listen, Jeff, you guys have never talked to Jeff. I love the guy. But
I love listening to you guys talk on the phone.
It's like talking to a kid with ADD. Like, you start talking about one thing and he'll just move on to something else. And then when you try to shift it back,
randomly hit a car.
Yep.
And that was fun.
He hit a car while he was talking to me because he was switching so quickly. He's like, I'll call you right back. Click. 2 seconds later, hey, it's Jeff again. I just gave them my insurance. Let's talk about that. Like, he's so animated. He's a great guy.
I love it.
If I can remember to ask him, I'll ask him. But thank you for asking that. It is a good question. $7 super chat again. I watch you and Mrs. Fringe all the time, and I think you're both beautiful human beings. Long live you guys and your marriage. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Pale Pinkish Humanoid, $5 super chat. The new country of Alberta will need tons of skilled people, tons of work. We should be able to skirt by inflation worries.
Yes.
Absolutely, we should. Again, go take a look at the document that's sitting on APP's website. It's you can download it free of charge and peruse it. It outlines everything.
It's wonderfully done.
Very well done. Why are people putting numbers in here for likes still? Ingrid said we hit 1,000. Don't.
If Ingrid says it, it's true.
Don't disrespect Ingrid. Okay? You guys are going to make me come out there and spank you like daddy. Okay? I'm going to have to come in there and teach you guys. I'll take OAO. I'll take that bar at line.
It's so hard hearing you say that you're gonna, like daddy in
like
the Trump
daddy?
voice.
You want me to talk like daddy? I'm going to come in and take that lime mankini and show OAO what elbows up really means as we give him the biggest atomic wedgie, ramming said mankini around his elbows and up his rectum. Damn near killed him.
You had to go there.
Don't dare question Ingrid, okay? She's one of my staff. She's fabulous. Ingrid would never tell a lie. She knows she'd be in trouble, okay? She knows.
And we're coming down there. So
we're coming there next week. I'll tell you, she'd be in big trouble. She'd have to put up with a good talking to.
What'd you do with the Trump boy?
I'm telling you right now, I would totally talk to her like this. Okay, I would set her straight. I'd also tell her that I got a fever.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
She poked saying Ingrid is the best out there. There's no one. Oh, see, you wrote it like Trump. I have to. Ingrid, let me tell you, Ingrid's the best. All right, there's nobody like her. Believe me, she's wonderful. When I made her a mod, I built this big, beautiful wall around her house. And I said, you only ban people out if they come in here illegally, okay? There's a process to chatting on the Fringe. And if you're not going to obey the rules, You must leave. You have to go. Thank you so much. Somebody say more cowbell. What is, you guys just come here to watch Saturday Night Live? Don't you want to see what I have to say? What am I, chopped liver? God, give me a break.
Let's do the hot tub.
The hot tub. Norman, $7 again. Wow, thank you. The reason I watch you guys is because you keep us informed on what's going on with Alberta Prosperity Project, and thank you. Well, you're more than welcome. A lot of people get mad.
That's what we're here for.
A lot of people get mad because I talk about Alberta so much, and to them I just say, well, aren't you concerned about your country? Aren't you concerned
affects everybody.
about losing a province?
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you guys know this. You know, like I'm not even mad. It's incredible. Let's do some Q&A. Let's do some Q&A, and then we got 2 giveaways to get to tonight. Two giveaways. One for every member of the Patriots Club. They're going to get drawn. Okay, we're going to draw one member of the Patriots Club. And one gifted giveaway to anybody watching the stream. You must be in the stream at the time of the draw, okay? From Carson El Gringo Grande. Wonderful guy. I could go golfing with him, I'll tell you. He probably has a mean golf game hanging out in Puerto Vallarta. Wonderful guy. 1 in a million, Carson.
You have to go all weekend without doing that, boys. Can you do it?
I'm going to go see my dad on Monday and be like, Dad, let me tell you, okay? You're a wonderful guy, but the real daddy's home, okay? I'm going to tell you how this is going to work. You're going to go to bed. You're going to let me clean your house. I'm going to take over for a little while. You're going to put your feet up, okay? And if you don't listen to me, you're going to get the hell out of here. Or I'm going to move you out. You don't know what the F you're doing.
Okay, question period. Does anybody have any questions?
When's the election in Battle River? I believe it's August 18th. I believe it's August 18th. Come on. Saturday Night Live or Fringe? Thank you. Thank you. Don't say Saturday Night Live. Don't you dare.
Okay, there was a question up for me.
Was there?
Yeah, up more.
What?
Jim is asking, what does Tiffany do to help keep the kids in line?
She carries a big stick.
I wish.
And she uses it too. Let me tell you. You ever watch Eddie Murphy Delirious? And he talks about his mom throwing that shoe like a boomerang? Tiff could do that. She could.
Yeah, probably can.
Yep. Yeah. She's more like Wayne Brady. If you've ever watched Dave Chappelle's show, like she literally just goes upstairs and stares the kids down and she says, is mom gonna have to choke a bitch? And the kids just stop. They know to stop. That's how it goes.
And I think the small one really just wants a cuddle because he finds an excuse to cry every time we start.
Every time. Oh, he's gonna get crazy again. Would you consider collab with Mike Freedom Honey giveaways and merch giveaways? Well, so I'll do something along those lines. I would, but the problem is they work really hard and they don't. I wouldn't want free merch from them. I would buy merch and we'd give it away. We will do something to promote them. Like I said, once the Carney,
support them for sure because they have amazing stuff.
I don't know if you know this, but Mike has the best honey in Alberta.
It does. It was voted
better than Corey Morgan's. And I can say that with a straight face because I certainly wasn't compromised to say that when we were voting on his honey.
No, because it was a blind tasting.
I knew which one was
No,
which.
you didn't.
I'm going to say I did. Joanne being a member for 7 months. Wow, thank you so much. Good evening, my 2 most beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
2 of the most beautiful people on YouTube.
It's
let me tell you.
You just make me look good.
You're wonderful. You're one of the best, believe me. Derek and Tiffany, if we come independent, we will still need our passports to go to the USA. You get to keep your passport. You get to keep your passport if we go independent. So anybody who says, no, you can't.
But he's not asking if we get to keep our passport. He is asking, would we still need a passport to go into the USA?
Well, so I don't know. My guess is yes, because America requires us to have our passports. If we go into the USA.
And if we were to become a 51st state, which is not
if we
what
became,
we want.
Well, hey, let me put it this way. You never know the deal that Alberta could make. Alberta may be able to make a deal with the United States where you're allowed to come across, you just show identification. That's good enough. Or we would still have to do passports. You never know. I guess it's open. I guess it's open to figure out. My guess is passports would still be required. And to shut up all the naysayers that are, you're going to lose your passport. No, you're not. No, you're not. My father lived in Canada for, 30 years before he got a Canadian passport. He traveled on a British passport. He was allowed to keep his British passport, even though he was a landed immigrant in Canada. He married a Canadian. He had a family here. He paid taxes here. I know you're going to say it, that I sound like Trump. Stop it. You're hearing it, not me. You hearing
heard it.
No, I could feel the eyes. It's like the Force. I can feel that. I can feel it.
I wasn't thinking it until you said it.
You know what? Do me a favor. Just stop it. Okay? Just stop it. All right? All right. You know what really grinds my gears? All these bastards running around saying you're not going to get to keep your passport. Oh my God, it drives me crazy.
Thank you for the question.
You used to go to the U.S. without a passport until 9/11.
Yes,
yeah. Thanks 100%. A lot, Bin Laden. If Alberta became the 51st state, you would have a U.S. passport.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't want us to become 51st state. Look, I love America.
Yes.
Okay. I love America. Okay, it gives us so many opportunities. But at the end of the day, Alberta would do so much better as an independent nation. Why would we give up Canada's debt to inherit America's? I love America. We'll make you guys rich, okay? We'll do a great deal for our oil. Is Mrs. Fringe getting a great night's sleep on that big, beautiful bed?
I need some cooling sheets, but it'll be great. It's perfect. Thank you, CB.
CB, we need to reach some kind of a deal for a sponsor if we're going to keep doing this, okay? Okay. CB's son runs Canadian Mattress in Edmonton. Go and buy a mattress from them. They're fabulous. They are great. They sold us our bed. They're wonderful.
Yes.
They're great guys, okay? They got the best beds. You get a great night's sleep. They don't have Trump mattresses. I got to be honest. It would be a lot better if they did. But they don't. So they're good, but they're not that great. Norman, becoming a new member of the Patriots Club, thank you so much. Welcome to the Patriots Club. Now you've got 2 chances to win tonight on that draw. Why is everybody... Nobody
can't win both.
Nobody wants to listen to the...
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Where did you get that bed again? It fell off a truck.
No, it didn't.
I got it from Costco. If Costco was called Canadian Mattress in Edmonton, just off Calgary Trail. Go and see them and tell them the Fringe sent you. They are wonderful. They are great. Barb with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. That's so generous. Does the mattress come with more cowbell? No, it comes with less. Depends on how firm it is, I suppose.
Derek, is Fringe doing all podcasts now?
Is Miss Fringe doing all podcasts? So no, we asked the question if Mrs. Fringe should join for videos. If we should start doing the Northern Perspective
thing. Am I that interesting?
And bring Mrs. Fringe along for videos. Mrs. Fringe, there's a reason people think that I talk over her in the live streams or that I take over the live streams altogether. What you have to realize is Mrs. Fringe likes being here and being a part of these streams, but she's a little camera shy and she's still trying to figure out how to get the dialogue down like the Fringe. So
I don't think anybody speaks as good as you do, though.
I am a silver-tongued devil. I will give it that.
You do very well.
But and no, I'm not being full of myself. I'm a good negotiator. Okay, I work in business. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know.
Sell ice to the Eskimos.
The Eskimos. That's racist. Don't say that. That's racist.
It's getting late. I can't talk anymore.
Norman, $7 super chat. I love you guys. I love the Donald. Sorry, I think you should be Alberta president, prime minister.
Oh, that would be
horrible. Oh, you would hate it. I'd call Donald every day. Hey, Donald, listen. Listen, I want to talk to you about this new deal. We should go play some golf. We should get out on the golf course. I don't know how to golf. It's the one game where a white man can dress like a black pimp and not look bad. But you make it look easy, Donald. I'm going to give you that. You do it nice, okay? Your golf game's not too shabby. We wouldn't get anything done. You don't want that. You don't want that. So no, Mrs. Fringe joins the live streams
And we are thinking about a few things to be moving on with things.
Mrs. Fringe is thinking about actually starting her own channel with
your cousin,
with my cousin and a friend, doing this idea they had for a live show. I'm not going to spoil it because it's still in the works.
Great, it's going to be different.
But it's one of those shows that when they talked to me about the idea, I said, "Oh yeah, like that would be electric to do on YouTube. People would love that."
We're working on the outfits, though.
I'd have to build another space.
Yes, you would.
For them to broadcast from, because they can't sit with Unacceptable Fringe. We can't cross-contaminate.
We'll cover it up. We'll get something.
We can't cross-contaminate. Women only, says DMAC. Yeah, it's an all-woman show.
And then I'll just do my own stuff.
But I think you guys would have a lot of fun. Men would have a good time there too. Good content. It's not political.
No.
But it's the kind of content that I'd watch. I'll tell you that, because as soon as they mentioned it, I thought, yeah, I'd get into that. If you ever watch like true murder stories or things like that, I'm not spilling it, but if you ever watched it, if you like things like that, it's kind of like a subcategory of what they're talking about doing. And it's so intriguing. The idea they have is so intriguing. You guys would love it. Norman with the $7 super chat. I would definitely follow. You guys are awesome. Would definitely follow. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
So nice. He had to say it twice. Thank you so much. Sherry mentioning APP meetings in Spruce Grove, July 10th.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm going to try my best to make it to that one. Because of the car stuff that's going on and everything else, I'm tied up in a little different things right now. And we also got to go do some stuff around the province. I'll do what I can to be there. I'm trying to make it happen. But if you're in the area July 10th, you should go to the APP meeting. There's a lot of good information being presented at these things. Go check it out. Jay Peterson, $2 super chat. Oh my God, where did PETA go? PETA? God, you bastard, I'm right here. Mrs. Fringe, make it a cooking channel. I love to cook. I don't think so. She'd never do anything but be on YouTube. Have you added Rumble yet? No, I'm not getting on Rumble. I have no interest in Rumble. It's a terrible platform. And look, it's no knock against people who like watching people on Rumble. I find I don't like their algorithm. It doesn't suggest creators for people on the platform. I've tried to work with Rumble. I'm just not a fan of how it's set up. There's no discoverability. There's no growth options. For right now, I just have no. It's a lot of extra work.
Well, it's hard when this is paying the bills too.
Well, that's not the reason, but it's. I don't want to divide my audience onto multiple platforms and do a bunch of extra work with no growth. It just the problem is time versus money kind of thing. And when I say time versus money, I'm talking about effort, time you're putting into something. If there's nothing coming back for extra work, it's like, well, why am I doing it? There's just no purpose. So for right now, I just haven't moved that direction. Maybe in the future, but right now it's a no. Norman with another $7 super chat. I think Mrs. Fringe and her friend would be awesome. And I'd follow it. So it's my cousin Lex who wants to do it. She had a great idea. I think it would be a great show.
It's their idea. I'm just honing in on it. Really?
I think 3 people on the show would make for a better show.
Awesome, yeah. Especially 3 different personalities.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's honorable mentions because
they go fast.
They come in fast. The chat moves fast. And often a lot of people think that I only acknowledge super chats. But what happens is a couple of these come in. I miss some. I got to go back and get them because people have paid to have their voice heard. I don't want to disrespect them.
Yeah. I think
another one from Norman. Convince her to do it. It'd be great. I think she'd be awesome. Well, convince her to do it. Okay. I don't know
Norman.
If Norman's got a cut and paste thing going on there, but it's all over. Who watches the spew? I'm certainly not me. Mike says I'll send honey.
Yes.
So send like.
I mean, I love your honey.
Send a couple of cases. I'll definitely give away one of them.
We'll pay for it.
I'll definitely give away one of them and keep the rest. I don't know if you guys know, but Mike has the best honey.
He does.
Better than Corey Morgan's. Poor Corey. Poor Corey. We love Corey Morgan. Look, I'll be honest. I tried both of them. They both have good stuff. Mike's is better. I will say it openly. It is better. It's just got a different texture and taste. That's all it is. That's what she said.
The best.
The best. It's the best, believe me.
The best
let me tell you something. I like Mike. He's a great guy. One of the nicest guys I've met in a long time. Him and his wife are amazing people. What he does for people with PTSD in the armed forces who served, it's wonderful. He takes care of his veteran brothers. But what's even better is the fact that he makes the best honey. And while Mr. Fringe is trying to take off some of the weight, Mike's ensuring that he's going to make me heavy again.
It's all natural.
It's sticking around, apparently. It's not. Good. I got to get off. I got to get off that stuff. Good. Health kit coming in, incoming.
Nothing wrong with the bees.
I'd be in trouble if Mike sent his honey over here. I'll tell you that. I'd be like Winnie the Pooh. I just got here. Has the best honey. WTF, says Johnny. You came in at the wrong time. What can I tell you?
So 2 giveaways.
2 giveaways. Let's get to our giveaways. We're in overtime here because I've been doing Donald so much for Independence Day.
Too much tonight.
Way too much. Mrs. Fringe is gonna kick me out on the couch. It's gonna be wonderful. It's so soft. I'll sleep like a baby.
See, no, I think I should sleep on the
better than the bed that I got from Canadian Mattress.
I don't know what's better, the bed or.
I will never touch Ozempic. If you think the jab was bad, I will never go near Ozempic. That is like, I'm not allowed to say it on YouTube. I'm not. They stop you from talking about certain medical things. I've just heard about side effects that have to do with your kidneys, that have to do with everything else. It's terrible. I would never touch it in a million years. Never. Do you know what the thing about weight loss? And you know what? I'm going to say it for myself too. No. I'm just saying this for anybody who's in the same situation, anybody who wants to be healthier. I'm telling you right now what the biggest problem is. Anytime people go, well, I got on Ozempic and I did these other things because it's a miracle drug. It helped me lose weight. I can take all these wonderful pills and I don't have to lift a finger or do anything. I just instantly shed the pounds. I'll tell you right now that most people want a miracle cure because they don't want to get off their ass and exercise or change their lifestyle. They don't want to change their eating habits. And 99.9% of the people that I see that either go on a fad diet or take medications to lose weight, they gain it all back, if not extra, because they don't change their nasty habits. Yes, I'm saying that as a hypocrite because I will admit that's my biggest problem is that I'm one of those guys that says, I'm going to get in shape. And then I go, but not today. I'm going to go have a sandwich instead. And then it changes. You got to have the discipline. Stop taking medications. Stop pointing the finger and saying it's society, it's preservatives, it's chemicals in food, it's all these things. Really take a look at yourself. Really take a look at yourself and say, how much am I sitting on my ass? How much crap am I shoveling in my mouth? How many of those chemicals am I willingly eating? And you'll have a good outlook as to what needs to change for you to have a better life. I was almost debating starting like a walk and talk stream to take people on this journey because I'll tell you, I've had enough. I've had enough of people saying, look at the fat guy on YouTube. And it's not just because of the comments. I don't like looking like this for Mrs. Fringe. Things are going to change. So maybe we do a walk and talk stream. David saying we're all guilty. The first stage is admitting it. I'm admitting it here on the air. We all should admit it. We could all do better. I will do better. It's going to be great. Carnivore diet, somebody says. You know, Jordan Peterson wanted me to get on the carnivore diet. I said to him, I'm not as wealthy as you. I can't afford the carnivore diet. What do we got here in honorable mentions? Bugman, $10 super chat. For anyone wanting to move to Alberta and need a place, 2 main floor rooms available in near future. In the near future, in an air-conditioned house, Northeast Edmonton, no liberal lovers allowed.
Love it.
There you go. Free advertising. Dime Bag Coins becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Look at that, my brother. Bad anger management jumping into the stream. $7 super chat. I'm in shape. The shape just happens to be round. There you go. Thanks for jumping in.
Giveaway.
Let's get to the giveaway. Mrs. Fringe is mad about my rambling. Let's do the Patriots Club giveaway first.
And this is for anything in our shop?
Anything in the shop. You go over to the shop, you pick out an item, and we give you something free of charge. Michelle, and then in brackets, Berry Happy. Is Michelle,
I love that name.
Is Michelle still in the stream? Is Michelle still here?
If she is, she'll be very happy.
She'll be very happy if she is. Is Michelle very happy in the stream? Where is she? Let's get to this one, Nick. Go in the trades if you want to lose weight. Why pay to go to the gym when you can get paid to work and lose the weight? There you go. Michelle Berry Happy, there she is. Congratulations, Michelle. You've won our Patriots Club giveaway tonight. Mrs. Fringe will enter the email, and we'll leave it on screen for our next draw as well. Head over to, send an email to unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com within the next 24 hours. That's Unacceptable Fringe YouTube, unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com. Send an email to me. Go into our shop, pick out any item you like. If it's a clothing item, take a screenshot or at least get the description of the item with the design, the size, color that you want, as well as your shipping information. Send all that to me within the next 24 hours, and I will get it sent out to you as soon as possible. Thank you for being a member of the Patriots Club. It means a lot. You support the channel, and it also helps us to do these giveaways because we're giving it back.
Yeah.
Right? So thank you for that. That's what supporting the channel does, folks. For everybody, he's a grifter. We're using the money to literally give away stuff tonight. So thank you for supporting the channel. Means a lot. That's really awesome. Now let's get on to.
So Carson has chosen to give away one of our F. Carney shirts.
One of our F. Carney shirts. The fingers up.
Any viewers, so not just members.
Not just Patriots Club members. This is going to go to one lucky member or one lucky viewer in the channel right now. Not the ladies one. The ladies one's pulled up right now.
I have red eyes.
So it'll be either it'll be a fingers up shirt, either women's or men's. We'll just need the size and color from you guys, whoever wins. I'm going to fire up the randomizer again. You just said Carson. You have to say Carson.
I don't say it like you.
El Gringo Grande sponsoring said giveaway for one lucky viewer. Thank you for that, Carson. Let's fire up the old randomizer.
Grifter, not no, is it? Gifter, not
Gifter, not grifter. There you go. Let's fire it up. Porno Viagra, not Porto Viagra. Speak of the devil, Derek. Mr. You're never going to make it. Derek has won. Oh, holy crap. What a shot. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God, that's awesome. Derek has won the giveaway tonight.
That is like too unbelievable.
Oh,
Derek, are you still in the chat?
I seen him in the chat a second ago. I seen him in the channel. Where is he? Where is he? You're never going to get those viewers. You're never going to get them. There's Derek. Congratulations, Derek. Don't ever doubt me again. Look at that. He doubted the Fringe, and now he's going home with a free shirt.
It's unfair. Roll again.
From the shop. No, give him that fingers up shirt. What a luck out. That is awesome. Oh my God, that's awesome. Head over to the shop, pick out a color of said Mark Carney fingers up shirt. Let me know the size and the color you want. Send me an email to unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com along with your shipping information. Thank you for sponsoring that, Carney. Carson, we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. You got to email me within the next 24 hours. Again, on the screen, unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com. Again, it's got to be the fingers up shirt. Just send me the color and size, and I'll get it sent over to you. Awesome, guys. You guys are great.
And he obviously doesn't want the women's t-shirt.
He doesn't want the women's t-shirt unless he does for a gift for somebody. Yes. Let me know, men's or women's. Men's or women's, color and size. I'll get it sent out to you. Big shout out to everybody who was watching the stream tonight, everybody who joined us, all our new members. Thank you, Carson, for the amazing. Thank you to Carson El Gringo Grande for the amazing sponsored giveaway tonight. You guys are great. Our community is the best community on the platform. Thank you to everybody who supported the channel, who super chatted, who became members, who re-upped their memberships, and those who just chatted in general, giving the good old 1,000 thumbs ups and participating in the chat. I do go back after the stream and watch it so that I can hear what everyone had to say. Yes. So you are heard. Don't worry. I didn't miss you. I might have missed you right now, but not entirely. Look after each other. Keep your eyes on the channel this weekend. Again, interview with Jeffrey Rath coming up at some point this weekend, as well as other videos dropping on the channel throughout the week. with that said, ladies and gentlemen, look after each other, stay clean. If you're around the Stampede grounds on Monday, maybe I'll bump into you while I'm in Calgary with the family. Say hi, take a selfie,
And
shake your
happy
hands.
Independence Day to all of our American viewers. Stay safe and have fun tonight.
I want to say a very happy Independence Day. Make America great again. Enjoy your Independence Day. If you're in Alberta, enjoy today's Independent Alberta Day.
Yes.
Enjoy your Independence Day in America. Don't blow your hands off with M80s and nothing stupid, okay? We want to keep the hospitals open for all the people beaten up by ICE. So make sure you're celebrating properly. Enjoy your nights, guys. Be safe. Look after each other. With that said, thank you to all of our American viewers who took time out of their 4th of July to come hang out here on the channel. I will see you guys next week live with Mrs. Fringe in the stream. We love you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one.